What's your favorite subject to learn about? What about it is really interesting to you? Well, in our story, Libby really enjoys learning about science. Let's read to find out why. Libby Loves Science by Kimberly Durding and Shelley R. Johannes. Libby loved science. She loved mixing, pouring, measuring, and stirring. Whipping up ingredients and making delicious things to eat was one of Libby's favorite ways to experiment. Rainbow pancakes taste way better than plain ones, she told her family. And sometimes it was true. At school, Libby's science teacher, Mr. Darwin, taught the class about chemistry. Libby loved chemistry because it's all about mixing, pouring, measuring, and stirring. Not all chemical reactions occur at the same rate, said Mr. Darwin. Uh-oh, said Libby. Looks like ours reacted too much. Remember, your measurements need to be precise, said Mr. Darwin. But it's okay. Mistakes can lead to discoveries. And sometimes making mistakes was way more fun than cleaning up. One day, Mr. Darwin made an important announcement. "We're in charge of the school booth at our school's fall festival," he said. Everyone was excited. The fall festival was fun, and Libby liked the science booth the best. "Yay, we'll have the best booth ever," said Libby. "This year, the booth that gets the most visitors and collects the most tickets wins an ice cream party," said Mr. Darwin. "We need volunteers to run our booth." Libby, Finn, and Rosa jumped up from their desks. "We'll do it," said Libby. Libby, Finn, and Rosa met at Libby's house after school. "We absolutely need to win," said Libby. "Just imagine, an ice cream party." "I love ice cream," said Rosa. "Competing with the bouncy house won't be easy," said Finn. "I think we can do really fun experiments that everyone will want to try," Libby said. "Cool, we can decorate the booth too," said Rosa. "I have tons of art supplies," said Finn. "We can make our booth really stand out." Libby, Finn, and Rosa searched for fun experiments. They made a list of possibilities and voted for their three favorites. What kind of experiment would you like to see at their booth? Well, the ones they picked. Finn decided to make giant bubbles. Rosa wanted to mix fluffy slime. And Libby chose to launch a rocket. "I can't wait for the festival," she said. Finally, the day of the festival arrived. Libby, Finn, and Rosa got there early to help Mr. Darwin set up the science booth. Finn hauled in hula hoops, dish soap, corn syrup, and a kiddie pool. Rosa carried a basket of shaving cream, glue, saline solution, and glitter. Libby brought baking soda, vinegar, and empty water bottles. They decorated the booth with posters, signs, and science stuff. When the festival opened, the cotton candy booth was swamped right away. The dunk tank was a huge hit, but the face painting team was the one to beat. The festival was crowded with friends and families and teachers having fun. "No one's coming to our booth," said Finn. "Maybe everyone thinks science is boring," said Rosa. "Science is never boring," Libby said. "We just need to show them that chemistry is fun." "I know," said Finn. "Let's blow some giant bubbles." "The bigger the better," said Rosa. Finn filled the kiddie pool with water while Rosa mixed in the soap. "The secret ingredient is corn syrup," Libby said. "Yup, it makes the bubbles a bajillion times stronger," said Finn. "Next, let's make some slime," said Rosa to the small crowd that had gathered to make bubbles. "Extra glitter equals extra sparkle," added Finn. "It's important to add the saline just a little at a time," said Libby. "That's what makes it extra squishy," said Rosa. "Now, for the grand finale," said Rosa. "Our rocket will be out of this world," said Finn. "We'll win for sure." "If we use extra baking soda, the rocket might go even higher," said Libby. "Science is a blast," said Rosa. What do you think is going to happen next when they launch the rocket? Well, let's find out. When Libby added in the baking soda, the liquid started to bubble. When the But when the bottle filled up, the rocket zoomed high into the air. Whish! Unfortunately, it sprayed liquid everywhere. It sprayed all over the kids waiting in line. It sprayed way more than Libby had predicted. Everyone got soaking wet and ran away. The face painting booth still has a huge line, said Finn. I don't think we have enough tickets. I'm sorry, said Libby. I thought the rocket would be awesome. At least we got a big reaction, said Rosa. The next day, Principal Neal announced the winner of the Fall Festival booth contest. The ice cream party goes to the art club, she said. Their face painting booth won by a landslide. Everyone cheered, even Libby, who felt she'd let her science class down. Mr. Darwin called Libby, Finn, and Rosa to his desk. You three did a great job on the booth, he said. But we didn't win the ice cream party, mumbled Libby. That doesn't mean we can't celebrate how hard you tried, Mr. Darwin said. Any ideas? Maybe we can have our own party, Rosa said. What kind of party? Finn asked. An ice cream party, and we can make our own ice cream, Libby jumped up. And I know exactly what we need. Libby wrote a list of ingredients on the board. Rosa borrowed sugar from the teacher's lounge. Finn ran to the cafeteria for ice, vanilla, and milk. Mr. Darwin grabbed rock salt and freezer bags from his supply cabinet. Libby walked the class through the steps in the recipe. She even added lots of colors, because rainbow ice cream usually tastes better than just plain. This is delicious, said Finn. Sometimes, the best reactions aren't always the first reaction, Mr. Darwin said. Because ice cream is cool, said Rosa. Yeah, said Libby, and science is cool, too. Have you ever made a mistake like Libby did? How did making the mistake make you feel? Well, even though Libby made a mistake, her class still recognized and celebrated her hard work. So remember, you may make mistakes, but they aren't going to erase your hard work, and your work is something you should always celebrate.